Hey guys, Sivill here with a quick tutorial on how to do grass silage in Farm Simulator 17. I've seen a lot of confusion going on about whether you can even do grass silage and how to do silage in general, so I figured I'd do this quick tutorial on how to do it. Grass silage can be pretty quick to get into when you start off the game. It costs a minimum total of about $55,000, and you can start off with the most basic equipment here. You can start off with the Pottinger. I currently have the disc bin though. So you're starting off with a mower, and then you need a windrower. You don't necessarily need one, but it'll make your life a whole heck of a lot easier. The minimum one that you'll have to get is this Pottinger one here, that's 9,000. And then you'll need a loading wagon as well. Again, a Pottinger, that is $31,000. That is your biggest expense as far as silage goes. And then the last piece of equipment that is not your starter equipment that you'll have to get is one of the silage levelers. I have the smallest one, which is the 6800, and there is a couple of options. You can get that for a loader or for 3-point attachment, and I just have it as a 3-point attachment. So without further ado, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to have to plant grass into one of your fields. It's fairly straightforward. It's just one of the options on the default sowing machine that you get within the game. This one right here, the little Great Plains seeder. And don't be alarmed, in Farm Simulator 17, grass is treated differently. It doesn't paint a texture onto the ground. It keeps your field intact, and you can also fertilize it similar to the ways that you fertilize your other fields. I actually have a tractor over there currently weeding one of my fields. So that after you get your grass down and you fertilize it, you'll definitely want to fertilize it so you can increase the yield that you'll get and be able to make more silage. But once it does grow, as far as I can tell, there is only one growth stage. There is either harvested or there is grown and ready to harvest. As it gets more developed into the harvest stage, it will go from this kind of texture into the more normal grass texture that you see around the map. So first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and get started with your mowing. I use a disc bin, as I said, but you can use the cheaper 3-point mower as well. Alright, so you'll want to go ahead and mow your field. Rather straightforward. And then after you do that, you'll go ahead and windrow. And then thing to keep in mind is new to Farm Simulator 17 as well, is you are able to hire your worker to do things like windrowing and mowing, so it makes it a bit easier on yourself, so you can have your worker mowing while you're doing something else, and makes it a bit more easier on yourself. Alright guys, I've got about enough of a buffer area with my mowing that my helper will hopefully not get stuck while I finish off mowing, so I'm going to go ahead and get this started. All you have to do is unfold it and hit go, and they will start windrowing for you. Except you apparently have to put it in on the actual portion of the field, which I believe is right about here. So let's try that one more time. Get him off, and away he goes. And I will continue mowing. Alright, we are done mowing. I'll give the worker a little bit of a buffer area. But what we're going to do now is drop off the mower and then pick up the forage wagon and follow around the worker and collect the windrows. I'm going to go ahead and collect the area that he's not windrowing first, as it's just a couple of areas, and with the way that the disc bin drops the windrows of grass, it's very easy to pick up without actually having somebody windrow it. Alright, now that our forage wagon is full, we're going to go ahead and take it to the silage, the biogas plant. It's over on the northern side of the map. It's fairly straightforward to get to, but I will see you then. Alright, we are here at the biogas plant. As you can see right over there, I already have a pilage of silo fermenting. But the first step that you want to do is one of the different things in Farm Simulator 17 is you have to actually use the tip anywhere portion of the controls. So you'll hit left control and I to dump your grass into the bunker. And as you can see, it's piling up there. And another thing to note is you have to actually close your forage wagon afterwards. So as you can see, it's registering as 21,301 chaff currently filled into the silage bunker. So what I'm going to do before I leave here is I am going to unhook my forage wagon and go over to the leveler that I have already here from when I've previously done silage. Is I'm going to go over to that, hook it up, and I'm going to push this pile out so it's going to be easier the next time that I come in to unload. Gonna go ahead, turn around, and then I will back into the silage. Or the chaff. And as you can see, it spreads it out quite easily. So now that I have that done, I'm just going to come back out through here, fold the leveler back up because it will not stand unless it's folded. Drop that off, and then I will go fill up my forage wagon again. Alright, we are back at the biogas plant for our second load. And we'll go ahead and unload this. Remember, it is Control I to tip anywhere. If you're on console, I don't know what the specific control scheme for that is, but just know that it is the tip anywhere command that you'll have to use in order to unload into the silage bunker. And don't forget to close your forage wagon as well. I've done that before and went back to the field to recollect some grass windrow and ended up not realizing it until I was halfway across the fields, dumping it out the back end. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and level it out again for our final load. Go ahead and unfold that, and we will back through. Gets a bit more difficult the more that there is. Go ahead and just go forward, and I'll spread this out a bit more, or just push it all the way across. I think I'll call that good for now. But keep in mind, the entire point of doing that is in order to more easily unload your foraging wagon or tipper if you are using another silage method. Right, so I will go get the last load that I have of grass from that field, and I will then proceed to show you how to properly compact your soil, or compact your silage in order to be able to tarp it and begin the fermenting process. Alright, we're back to drop off our final load of silage, or of grass. And once again, Control I to unload. And I'm Not sure why it's stuck at 2 left within my forage wagon, but I'll just ignore that. I'll hop over that little bit of grass there, and I will begin my process for compacting the silage. It is a bit different in Farm Simulator 17. It took me a while to properly figure out the way to do it a bit easier. So without too much of a headache, the easiest way that I have found to do compaction of your chaff material that you have to create silage is, first of all, you want to push it into a nice pile. I'll go ahead and just get this a bit farther into the silage pit, just so I make sure that I don't accidentally push any of it out. I will go ahead and go around to the other side. As you can see, I'm leaving a little bit of material over there, but I'm not overly concerned about that. It's more important to get the large material all into one pile to easily compact it. Alright, so now that I have this pushed together, you can see that I have it in about 18% compaction right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up my leveler and drop that off, and then I'm going to actually drive on top of this pile, and it should compact relatively quickly. As you can see, I barely went over it, and it already went up about 2%. It still takes some time to compact it properly. As expected, it's not just going to instantly compact. It will go a bit faster the more weight you have. Obviously, if you have a heavier tractor or if you're carrying a large weight on the back end of the tractor, it will compact faster. Alright, so I finished compacting to 100%. Another different thing that you will have to realize in Farm Simulator 17 is, instead of being able to blanket your silo from within the tractor, you can see that I am at 100% compaction, but the key to blanket your silo, which is normally R, does not show up. It does not give me the option to blanket it. That is because you have to actually get out in order to blanket it. You see now that I have in my control options R blanket silo, and you press R and it covers it up, and it's already starting fermenting at 1%. Also keep in mind, from what I've read, there is a minimum amount of material that you have to have in your silage bunker before you are able to cover it, tarp it, and begin the fermentation process. So if you have any other questions, or if you're having issues with it, please comment and let me know. Otherwise, if you want to see the selling process of silage to see how profitable it is in this game, as they did reduce the amount of money that you get from silage, follow along to my Let's Play. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification that next time that my episodes come up, the next video that I upload will be a silage selling, as my bunker over here is at 83%, so as soon as I fast forward through time a bit, it will be ready to go. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped you figure out how to do silage, or if you were having issues and you didn't know what was going on, I hope it helped. Thanks for watching.